Success leaves clues, right? Well, I say that, maybe you don't believe me. There used to be a guy named Ted Williams that played baseball in America. He was the last professional baseball player to finish, or he's the only professional baseball player to ever finish his career with over a 400 batting average. 406 he batted. I think it was with the White Sox or the Red Sox, I forget. And if I was a young, at one time, one of our children had real super athletic skills. And so I'm searching around for batting coaches because money's no object. It was probably bad that I thought that way and I could hire anybody to help our son. But I'd go to Ted Williams if I was going to try to learn how to be a professional baseball player and bat at some astronomical level. He used to say he could see the stitches in the ball as it came to him, even with a fastball. So now people are discounting because he had superhuman eyesight. He shouldn't be considered a high and lofty baseball player. Now, what kind of shit is that? Just because he had super alien type eyesight. So nobody's got any of the characteristics of Steve. He didn't admit he had a daughter until he figured out she was smart. I'm not sure the movie that you saw last night was the movie where he fucked everybody out of their stock when they went public. Maybe not be, there's 2 or 3 different movies. Every movie that comes out about these guys is harder on them than the movie before because they want them, they rest in peace, so they kind of leave them alone. And just like the Kennedy family movies are coming out and et cetera, et cetera. I can't wait. With the greatest respect, Mr. Buffett, I hope you live for another 25 years. But I can't wait till the fucking movies come out about Warren. Oh, Nelly. I can't wait when the movies come out about Elon Musk. Oh, Nelly. I can't wait until the movies come out about Zuckerfucker. Oh, Nelly. You have no fucking idea how these guys are in real life. Success leaves clues. And the fact that none of the traits, or almost none of the traits these guys have, you possess, ought to be a big fucking clue. You're here. Now you may decide that this life's not for you. Now you don't have to go to seminars, listen to podfucks, anymore. You can have so much free goddamn time you won't know what to do with it. Because this life's not for everybody. I could take it 10 years straight, 24 hours a day, 365, 10 years, a little shade over 10 years. And then I made a bunch of money, and unfortunately, I didn't go to sleep, but I eased off. And that's what happens. Doesn't it, Marcus? You can't, it's hard to whip yourself. It's like the picture I have up there of the guy with the whip back. That's a real picture of one of my mentees, French guy. He goes monthly to get beat by the other 7 or 8 guys in the group. Lashed. Trying to whip the cunt out of him. That's for real. That's not a joke. Almost nobody clicks on it on my social media. I get 3 clicks a week. You don't want to see that. For sure, most of you, I'll pass on that shit. I'm not suggesting that you do that to yourself. But some people feel so worthless vis-a-vis this test. I'm not even going to tell you what he got on the test. But the guy with the highest scores in here aren't too far behind him. He got 14. So I am going to tell you. He had 14 on the success test. We have people take the test more than 200 times a month. Same person, same test, more than 200 times a month. When Nelly gets up here and talks via webinar, he's going to tell you, I took the test over and over and over, and even though I knew the answers, I answered them honestly, I'm a cunt. And who do you have to thank for it? I love when you say I've got a good relationship with my parents. I love that because I already know what road you're going down. If you're poor and you've got a good relationship with your parents, I know what road you're going down. Some of you, the best combination, there's no real best combination. Nourishing, loving mother, tough dad, tough love, spare the rod, spoil the child. That's the perfect combination, or as near perfect as you can get. My dad overdid it a little. He was more zealous about the rod. And that's why the carrot and the stick methods of management can work. If there's not too much carrot, and you can't have too much stick, but some combination. Jack Welch is the closest in my career, in my 50 years in business, to being almost a perfect management style. Yank and rank, but he fired 20 to 40% of all his staff every other year. And now, human resources he hated, or allegedly he hated. I don't know if he did. I never talked to him about it. I only met Jack one time. But now, it's a hate crime in Britain to call somebody fat. It's a fucking hate crime. You go to fucking jail, even if they're about 500 pounds. Something's not right. And that's why I say it's irreversible. We don't have to worry about global fucking warming. The world's gonna end a lot sooner than that. Okay, no comments about Steve Jobs. Even though I don't adhere to whipping yourself. Some kids want it more, and they're the kids that have done the deals. It's obvious that the pig fucker wanted it more. He's not Mr. James Bond. He's not debonair, vivant, raconteur. He doesn't speak 5 languages. He barely speaks English. Belfast English at that. But he obviously wanted it more. Few people would want to switch places with him the way he appears or sounds. Almost everybody would like to switch places vis-a-vis did a deal in 26 days. So there's a dichotomy there. There's a split. What causes that split? Your social and economic milieu, where you came from. Sally lived in a caravan the first few years of her life. Caravan. You know what everybody knows what caravan is? Like a small mobile home, okay. When I talked to her mother years ago about it, she says, Sally can't remember, she was too young. Sally can tell you the kind of bedspread, tablecloth, curtains, dishes. That stained her life forever. I exaggerate, I say, we were so poor we had a possum for a dog. I used to play in the LA River with the homeless, I didn't think they were homeless, I used to call them hobos when I was a kid. With the hobos in the LA River. Those were my playmates. And even the hobos knew that don't fuck with Danny. Danny's dad had a gun. Didn't know he was a cop. He was a cop. And if you fuck with Danny, Danny's dad will kill you. So I kind of had a little, amongst the hobos, the homeless, I had a little kind of shield around me. Because they were afraid my dad would come and waste them, which he would have, no question about it. If you read the internet about my dad, depending on what article you read in Google he's killed between 9 and 23 people in the line of duty. Some of which were when he was a CIA hitman. So that's my background. Hence, I'm kind of a mini dad. But I can make you like God if you follow the steps. That's a poor rendition to me, by the way. Poor. I can and I have. But only if you want it. This little talk this morning is turned off at least 4 or 5 of you. I can see it in your eyes. I don't give a shit. You 4 or 5 wouldn't have made it anyway. For those of you that are old enough, and there's only one American in here old enough to remember, Woody Hayes, Bobby Knight, Bear Bryant, they were animals, coaches. They're dead now. And the Bear Bryant, Bobby Knight, and Woody Hayes type coaching is dead. They were all also some of the most successful coaches on the planet. Legend has it, Woody Hayes, in the 70s, Ohio State was playing Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is kind of a wussy school, or then their football team. And the back came around the left end and was outrunning the defensive backs of Ohio State, and Woody Hayes saw that he was going to score. Legend has it, he took his earphones off, threw them on the ground, threw his clipboard on the ground, and tackled him himself. Rather than have some fucking cunt from Bandy score on his Ohio State team. That was the end of his football career. He knew it when he was taking off his thing. There's some things worth dying for. And there's some things worth going to jail for. When somebody spits in your wife's face. But not today's generation. That's why 75% of you would rather take an iPhone of some old lady getting beat up instead of helping her, which I think is tragic. These are on YouTube. These are my secrets. These are my tag tips. I've always wanted to know how. I wanted to be effective rather than liked. I believe that sticks and stones, I've said it many times, and I knew fear was false expectations appearing real. And this is how I was raised. And my dad used to say when they put me in the corner in a dunce cap, they says, you know, it's not what happens to you, son, it's how you interpret what happens to you. And that's how I was raised, pretty fucking successfully.